Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President, delegates, we have come together at a time where the international human rights system is going through trying times. Armed conflict, geopolitical fragmentation, and the
Yes.
they have.
So, yes,
Yeah.
do you mind if...
It was okay, but... Por favor, les ruego atención al orador.
Please, let's be silent. Listen to the speaker. Let's take a seat. Mr. President, dear delegates, we are coming together at a time where the international human rights system is going through trying times. Armed conflict, geopolitical fragmentation, and the rise of unilateral approaches weakens the mechanisms for the protection of populations. In many parts of the world, civilians continue to pay the highest price for political and military rivalries. Human rights cannot have long-lasting prosperity without peace, and development cannot prosper without security. In relations among states, the protection of human rights and dignity depend on strict respect for sovereignty, territorial integrity, and international law. Cambodia speaks with experience. Having come from decades of conflict, our country has found peace once again thanks to national reconciliation and a win-win policy started by Samdech Hun Sen. After 3 decades of stability, Cambodia has been able to achieve great things in the promotion and protection of human rights, favoring institutional reconstruction, economic strength, and progressive consolidation based on the law. This progress is specific, and we see it in the significant reduction of poverty, nearly universal access to elementary education, the improvement of health systems and social protection, increased participation of women in national and international organizations, and strengthening legal frameworks to combat domestic violence, trafficking in persons, and the protection of workers. We have development of civil and political life, legal reforms, while encouraging constructive dialogue with civil society. We continue our efforts to free Cambodia from the impact of mines by 2030, and we're assisting others in training for demining efforts. We step up our actions to combat transnational crimes, particularly online scams and human trafficking. Online scams are a worldwide problem that affects people beyond their borders. A national force created by our Prime Minister and its authorities have brought down several networks, saved thousands of victims, and arrested countless criminals. We are concluding a special law to combat online scams, which is part of our strong commitment to eradicate this crime. To meet such a challenge, Cambodia has taken on commitments with national, bilateral, and multilateral levels. This calls for cooperation, not simply police and military action, which can be used by mass acts of aggression and occupation. Dear delegates, as we secure our domestic achievements, since mid-2025, Thai military operations have expanded in several border zones, having serious effects on civilian population with consequences that have direct relation to the responsibility of this council. The second ceasefire reached at the end of last year is weak. Since then, military positions have been set up since beyond the established lines, moving in towards Cambodian territory. In several occupied border cities, civilians have been kicked out of their homes. Homes have been destroyed. Military infrastructure has been set up and access contained by barbed wire, preventing the safe, dignified return of civilians in violation of agreements between both countries. 650,000 people have been displaced. Over 80,000 people are unable to go back to their homes. These actions have an impact on the civilian population, and they raise serious concerns under international law and human rights, particularly the right to life, of personal safety, freedom of movement, to proper housing, and access to cultural and religious life. Throughout this period, Cambodia has shown the greatest level of responsibility and restraint by providing humanitarian assistance, guaranteeing continued provision of essential services to displaced persons, and remaining strongly committed to an efficient and long-lasting ceasefire and to a peaceful dialogue to find, once again, normalcy. The protection of human rights goes hand in hand with peace, and it is with that in mind that Cambodia is calling for the complete respect and the implementation of existing agreements, the withdrawal of Thai military forces from Cambodian territory. Their presence remains the main obstacle to the dignified, safe return of civilians to their homes, the peaceful settlement of differences in keeping to the principle of non-use of force, of international law and international humanitarian law. It would be only by doing this that these two peoples can coexist in peace, stability, and mutual respect. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. And now, His Excellency, Her Excellency Tanja Fajon, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign and European Affairs of Slovenia.
Mr. Vice President,